here we go. ML Ray. Let's see what they decided to drop on us, because
Life or death. Pick your poison.
he looks really good. Okay, Death Dealer
Ray.
Ray. He is a Soul Weaver, believe it or not. Not a thief, not a mage, because we had our prediction set on one of the two. Not a knight, but they're keeping his class Soul Weaver. So he is a dark Soul Weaver. He appears to have a
Death
health
Dealer Ray is the
concentration
successor to a
or
renowned
health
lineage of
imprint there.
healers, the Demuth
So
family.
let's take a look at his
He
stats
became a
and see exactly whether or not he's going to be hopefully worth it to pull, but it's going to be rough not to pull for him, right? Because he looks pretty good.
Death Dealer Ray.
But let's see his kit. All right, so he is a Cancer Soul Weaver, 100 base speed. So he's not taking turn one. Okay, he's not taking turn one. He has effectiveness built into his concentration. So his AoE imprint is health, effectiveness on his concentration. So more than likely going to be some type of debuffer, right? Some kind of debuffer. Decent HP defense, but other than that, doesn't have any effectiveness. So I'm not too sure. I don't know. We'll see, because he doesn't have any built-in effectiveness from his awakenings, right? So if they're giving him a concentration of effectiveness, might not be too great. So let's take a look at his skill number 2. Anatomical Mutation. This is on a 5-turn cooldown. It looks like you can mold this down to 4 turns. So increases combat readiness of all allies and increases effectiveness for 2 turns. So this can go up to, what is it? Increase combat readiness by 20%.
Anatomical Mutation.
And increase effectiveness
Increases
for 2
the combat
turns.
readiness of all
Grants
allies by up to
Pestilence
40%.
to all allies except for the
Increases
caster for 2
effectiveness
turns. So this is a brand new buff, right? Pestilence. So he's pushing CR by 20% and increasing effectiveness for 2 turns. So Pestilence, after attacking on the target's turn, inflicts venom for 2 turns. So here's that venom, right? Sharon had the venoms, but she wasn't that great. This effect is not activated by a counterattack, dual attack, or extra attack. Pestilence cannot be dispelled. So after attacking, inflicts venom. So every time that one of your units attacks, they inflict venom for 2 turns.
Except for the caster.
So there's that unique buff. Hey, they're pairing her with Sharon, which is, infinite venoms, right? That's kind of the thing.
This effect is not
Maybe they're trying to take advantage of that in his kit, like full venom debuffs. Yeah, because they got full venom stacks here, right?
Skill 3.
Skill number 3. So no damage, right? No damage so far, but can potentially, I guess he is kind of like fast. I mean, you want to build him fast enough to be able to put up that buff on everyone so that then they take their turns and hit everybody with venom. Cloud of Death. So this is his skill number 3. He is a focus builder, right? Focus builders are going to take time. So releases a miasma of fatal poison with a 70% chance to put all enemies to sleep for 1 turn, and a 100% chance to inflict venom for 2 turns. So that 70%, you can mola all the way up to 100% chance to put them to sleep. So he sleeps for 1 turn and then inflicts venom for 2 turns. So he's inflicting venom on his S3. He's giving everybody a unique buff that will allow them to inflict venom on their S1 or anytime they attack. And then here, he deals additional damage equivalent to 80% of the target's injuries and grants an extra turn to the caster.
For 1 turn.
So,
and a 100% chance to inflict venom for 2 turns.
Is this...
Before dealing additional damage equivalent.
Let's see how much damage he deals here. He's 19k.
Grants an extra turn to the caster.
Was
Skill
that a
1.
lot of damage? This is over time, right? So you're going to want to hold off. Let's go back. Let's go back. Okay.
Injuries.
So they're, if you
Next
notice,
return to the caster.
they're already injured. Okay. So they're injured. So that means that the entire team already had a chance to hit them with the venom debuffs. Okay. And so that's going to be his thing, right? You want him to go before everyone else because he needs to build that focus, right? Building the focus, goes before everybody else. Everybody lands injuries proc, or the venoms proc. They get injured down, and you want to pretty much last as long as possible so that when he S3s, he can just one-shot them, right? Because you want the maximum injury, right? He did 12,000 to the Arrowell, 6,000 to the Bellion, 1.6k to that AOL, and then only 1.5k. So if you notice, the severity of the injury deals like no damage. So if you S3 before you get max injuries, he's gonna deal 0 damage, right? It's useless. So I don't know. I don't think he's gonna be good because you have to last, right? You have to survive. And then what's keeping them from just cleansing? Right? They just cleanse. So clinical trial, skill number 1 here. He acquires 1 focus and 1 soul by using his S1. Clinical trial attacks the enemy by throwing an experimental drug at them and has up to a, 70% chance to put them to sleep for 1 turn before detonating any venom effects inflicted on the target at the end of the turn. This skill does not trigger a dual attack. So that's what he needs, right? That's what he needed. He needs to be able to detonate the venoms. That's going to make him, I guess, a bit more viable when chaining into his S3. You can soul burn this and increase the effect chance to 100% to put them to sleep. But you're going to want to hit with as much venom debuffs as possible, right? More venom equals faster injury, which equals more damage he can do on the S3. But I don't know, it still requires time, right? Because he has to cycle. He has to acquire focus. So he has to S2, acquire focus, and then eventually S3, right? And then S1. To me, that kind of seems like a really long time. But you'll see there, detonating the venom. I mean,
a solitary seeker of the truth.
Honestly, I feel like his S3 should be better. He looks really, really cool, but I can't really see him being that good because you're going to have to pair him with other venom debuffers. That's why they showcase her with Sharon, right? You have Sharon on the team, you have another unit that can hit you with that venom debuff, and it's going to allow him to stack as many venoms as possible before detonating. All right, so he is dropping on January 5th. You know, he looks like just a straight up debuffer. I'm not too sure if he's going to be that useful, honestly. I mean, he's kind of like Sharon, right? He's kind of like Sharon, except like hard control, right? Putting to sleep. But he's going to need someone like Sharon to be able to stack those venom debuffs. So unless you plan on pairing them together, I can't see him just being good on his own, especially since you can just cleanse, right? You can just cleanse venom debuffs. But I don't know. We'll see. He does look really good. So maybe we'll throw a few bookmarks at him. Just keep in mind that Cerise is still another unit that hasn't gotten an ML counterpart from this episode, right? From this chapter. So I think ML Ray is what, like the second to the last? So we're still missing ML Cerise if we get an ML Cerise, right? But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like always, if you haven't enjoyed the video, hit that like button if you haven't subscribed. Hey, think about subscribing. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people like you who like content like this. Like always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Thank you.